Welcome back. It's another day. I'm in my basement and it looks much different. I have been very busy down here. In fact, I have reached a milestone in my basement finishing project. Framing is 100% complete. That is fantastic considering that I've never done this before. I'm really proud of myself. It's gone really well. I finished all the framing in just a little under 4 weeks. I'm sure I could have done it much faster if I knew what I was doing, but then again, this is literally the first time I've ever done this. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. I'm going to be posting videos regularly, at least once a week. Hopefully you find the content interesting and follow along on this journey. So let's take a quick tour around the basement. Alright, so we're going to start as you're coming down the stairs. So you can see this part of the wall I actually opened up. Originally the wall came all the way out to here and it was very closed in, especially now that this soffit has been built. As I spin around here, you can see how much more it's opened up this landing. I had to rebuild a new spot, or I had to rebuild a new place for the railing right there. But yeah, this really has opened up the landing down here. It's going to make it much less claustrophobic, I feel like. So anyway, coming down the stairs, you hit the landing here, and then you've got the wall, this big soffit that hides the air conditioning ducting. Then it opens up to our 9-foot ceilings. This is the door that goes into the full bath, and then this door will hide all the stuff that I'm storing here currently. But this is the storage and mechanical area. I've gotten some plumbing done as well. I'll go through that in just a minute. But into the bathroom here, all the framing is done, and the rough plumbing is actually run as well. You see, we got the CPVC lines run. Right here is going to be the vanity, toilet, and then over here we will have a stand-up shower. That'll all be enclosed in. It's going to look really nice too. I'm going to have it split so that you have a shower head here, and then also up over top when you hit the switch will be a rainfall shower from the top. It'll look really nice when it's done. Alright, carrying on. Moving this direction, you can see the wall there, and this is a door. Walking into this room will be the gym, which is a good size. It's about, I think it's like 13.5 feet by 13. I'll have hanging on the wall right here a TV so I can keep myself entertained while we're working out. All the soffit work done. Now there's another door back here to some unfinished storage space. This is where my electrical panel is. This is about 5 feet by 5 feet. I'm going to build some shelves out of my leftover 2x4s in OSB, so it'll be the width of this, and then it'll have a number of shelves going up. They have some storage. This is my vent line for the bathroom. Goes to the outside. I couldn't take it out the front because my house has a brick front, so you can't actually drill a hole out the front. So it goes out the side where there's some siding. Alright, carrying on, moving through into the main living area. So coming through here will be the main living area all the way down. So on this side I'm going to have an entertainment center area with a big TV, probably at least 75, maybe 80 inch. A couple of couches. In here we're going to play, this is going to be where my kids' play area is. I have zero idea what we're actually going to do in there. Might do some built-ins, might just, we have some IKEA shelves, might just leave our IKEA shelves and stuff in there. This area over here is going to be where the wet bar is. And then, I don't know yet, maybe a table, maybe a dartboard, maybe a shuffleboard area over here. I don't know exactly yet, but you can see we've got the plumbing roughed in as well. Sink will come here, and pretty much the middle of the bar area there'll be some cabinets along the bottom side down here, and then I'll put a TV up on the wall this way. All the HVAC is running here. So you see the new HVAC lines that have been run, hanging up out of the ceiling, or hanging down out of the ceiling, excuse me. You got HVAC lines for there and into this over here in this space as well. And then one right here by this window, and then obviously in the bathroom and then in the gym as well. So yeah, things are coming right along. This soffit is one of the more complex ones that I built. You can see the way that it's constructed here. We have this I-beam, but just on the other side of the I-beam, I actually have some soft vent lines that came down under the joist, so I ended up losing that ceiling space. So what it did was it made me build this soffit ladder and then attach that soffit ladder all the way to the wall here. But I actually built a second soffit ladder down through the middle because this width from here to here is about 50 inches and I wanted it to be really strong. So I built another soffit ladder and then tied the two together all the way to the wall. That way, literally you could do freaking jumping jacks on this thing and it would be fine. The other reason I wanted to have the second soffit ladder was this space right here. So from this ladder all the way to that wall, it was like a little over 6 feet, something like that. It was like 6.5 feet, and I didn't want that to just be hanging there because the drywall I felt like would sag over time. Anyway, just in this space here, we're probably going to build some, maybe like a bookcase or something like that. Anyway, it'll look nice when it's all done. I had to come back through and fire block all of this soffit, so you can actually see the way that the fire blocking is done up in here, all the way around the soffit at this level, because this soffit goes all the way through. So if you can actually see where I have the 23/30 seconds OSB going all the way around. I had to put the fire blocking in like that. That was a lot of work because I had to put it in afterward. I still need to go back through and actually spray the orange spray foam for any of the holes that are in it. But it went all the way around. Had to go all the way around. Blocked up on that soffit. Then this end of the soffit is also blocked. All the way backside included. So anyway, lots of work has been done. Still have a lot more work to go. Today I am starting to lay out my where all my boxes are going to go, electrical boxes like switch plates and all that good stuff. 1, 2, 3 gangs and all that. The way that I've laid out some of them now, I've marked the height from the floor, and then the letter S for a single gang, and then which side of the 2x4 I'm going to actually put it. So this is going to be the height of the box. This is a single gang plate or single gang box, and it'll be on the left side of this plate. So I've gone through and I've marked most of them all throughout here. I probably put more electrical boxes in than I really need, but I feel like having more is better than less. Right? T means it's going to be a triple. It's going to be on this side. Over here I am putting in 2 doubles. One down low, and then I'm going to put another one up here so I can hide all the cables and the power cords and everything. I'm also going to put a pass-through to here. That way in the entertainment area, any of the cables for, you know, video game boxes or DVR, etc., all that good stuff, I can run behind the wall up and then out here, so that way there's no cable showing. It'll look really nice. Doing the same thing over there at the bar. That was just a quick update. Wanted to let you know what I've been working on and what I've gotten accomplished so far. Also to encourage anybody who is considering doing this at home themselves, give it a try. I've been putting in a lot of hours down here just kind of doing it myself. As I was going through this, when I first started out, it was taking me forever. I would do probably like, I don't know, maybe 20 linear feet of wall in a day. when I first got started because I was going really slow. I was measuring things multiple times and just, you know, I wasn't super confident in what I was doing yet. And then by probably 4th or 5th day, I was feeling a little bit better, but then by like 2 weeks in, I was flying through everything, and I was making quick measurements and not having to be, you know, this isn't finished carpentry, so the measurements were a little bit rougher, so things were going a little bit faster. Anyway, people have been asking me, hey, did you know how to do any of this? And it's about 1,300 square feet of finished space that I have framed out. And, you know, I have never done this before. I did a bunch of reading on my county's codes on how I needed to build things. The rest of it was YouTube video searches and a couple of other, you know, like how to finish my basement type websites. And that was it. Then I just freaking decided to get after it and try it myself and make mistakes and fix them as I went along. So if you're considering doing this by yourself at home and saving yourself a lot of money, I would do it. If you look at my tools, let me go look at my tools here real quick. I've actually cleaned up so things are kind of put away, but I bought a big compressor. You don't need a big compressor like this. I bought it like this because I didn't want it to be running all the time and making a whole bunch of noise, but it does. A big shop vac, which is worth it. I have 2 ladders. This one is mine. This one is borrowed. I have a couple of extension cords, some LED lighting, which helps because it's pretty dark down here. Then I got a hammer, I've got an air hose, I have a miter box, I have a handheld saw, I have a ramset gun, I have some clamps, this is a Sawzall, this is a angle grinder, a bunch of nails, and that's pretty much it. Also need to have a what do you call it, tape measure, obviously. Tape measure, speed square, which is down in here. But anyway, you just need some simple tools. A couple of levels, a 4-foot level, I have a 2-foot level. This is a framing square. Oh, and an air gun, that's important too. I bought some fairly expensive tools because I just wanted to have some nicer stuff, but you could probably buy all these tools for $700, maybe $750. I think I spent about $1,000, which is not that much more. Anyhow, for $1,000, you'll have the tools for, you know, 10, 15 years, and you can do lots of different projects. I have all the money that I have into my framing that I finished out the framing is about $3,200, including $1,000 worth of tools and a whole bunch of sweat equity. So you can finish and frame in your basement 1,300 square feet of framing in your basement for less than $3,500. A general contractor probably would have charged somewhere between, I don't know, just for framing, I'd say somewhere between $12,000 and $15,000 to frame this out. Now, it definitely would not have taken them 4 weeks to do it like it did for me, but if it's your house, you could just come down after dinner or on the weekends or whatever it is, get to work, make a whole bunch of noise, make your kids upset having to turn their cartoons up really loud. But anyway, yeah, that would be my advice. If you're interested and are even thinking about doing this, just do it. And, you know, go slowly because it's your own house. You can take your time. Let me show you the next part of the project. I bought a bunch of these, and I will start to get these all laid out now. Of course, that goes flying. The other thing I did was I bought one of these guys, this recessed can, so that I could test fit how I'm going to align them in my joist, because some of them are going to be close to these HVAC lines, and that might necessitate that I can't use one of these. I'll have to use one of those thin cans. We'll see. I bought one so that I could test it and see how that works out, and then I'll go buy a bunch. We'll get some I'll get all the cans put in. I'll get all those boxes put in along the 2x4s all around. I bought the Romex cable. I have some rock wool over here for fire blocking as well. But I got all my Romex in here. I got 14.2, 12.2, and 14.3 for all the different types of wiring that I'm going to be doing. So, alright, well, thanks for sticking through with me on this video. There's not a whole lot going on other than me just giving an update, but follow along. Consider subscribing if you want to see more about what's going on in my basement. It'll look really nice when I'm all finished down here. And I'll see you in the next video when we do some electrical.